course, part of it is also just the sheer firepower they have on their team with the likes of Molodoy, who's had many a highlights. Hard man to put down. He is absolutely ready for almost any 1v1. Flicks or no flicks doesn't matter. He's going to be there to wreck.
Yeah, Molodoy has a very, very high ceiling. And Maka is going to have to meet that here on Dust 2. We'll get, I'm sure, many an AWP showdown. But we are looking at FURIA starting off in this pistol on the T side, 3D Max on the CT side. And we are going straight into a long hit.
Box are out. Yakinda is also out, as is Yuri now. XC's starting off well, trying to give himself some range. That's a nice defensive smoke as well to keep the CTs up, but too many peeks from Lucky. Oh, Molodoy. I mean, I did try to brief you, but here he is with some nasty frags, tying up the numbers. Still only Glocks for Furia, not opting for a P250, at least that I noticed in this pistol round. Can't comment on the players who have passed already. But Maka has gone for the information play. As again, Furia dictate that pace.
FURIA have a smoke, so they could actually go to B and smoke CT. That is a possibility. So if that's what happens, Maka's play here doesn't end up helping out too much, depending on the timing. But his timing's not looking too bad. And Gravity's going to spot the cat play. But yeah, they can still drop down back into mid. That's an option. So he might decide to do there. Okay, they're going to turn back into Maka. If they can take him out, that would be a huge kill. Now, do they go back to A?
Yeah, I think they know that if they can take out Maka, the B bomb site is open. They can do it eventually, but the CTs have had time to get closer. And surely Case Ratto's got to get off to the races with the bomb. He's going to try and defy belief and go towards the A bomb site. So where do these CTs go? Case Ratto hops around the corner. Are there sound cues for the CTs? Well, he did actually make a little noise there. But they're still going back and forth, trying to figure out which way to go. Shifting towards B. When will they realize these are precious seconds without a kit? Both coming in from CT spawn. What angle does Queserato opt to take? How does he find a 1v1? He's got plenty of sound cues. They're almost lining up for him. There will be a trade from Masuta. Job done for 3D Max.
Oh my god, that was almost a ridiculous timing. But the bomb goes down, and so it's actually, of course, a very dangerous following round now. You're going to get the T's buying up. And it's going to be interesting to see what 3D Max do for their opening. Because oftentimes with these ranges, you tend to kind of sacrifice getting some utility and just opt to get the M4s so you can fight better at the ranges of Dust 2. So it can be kind of awkward. Imagine if he picks that one up.
Look at that. He knows how important that is. They know they're in for a big fight here. That's when you know you're an underdog and you've had the start that you really need.
So yeah, 2 nades left for the CTs, 2 smokes. The flashbang. Going, that's gonna send it B.
Open sesame, in they go. Lucky is super blind, and that gives them position to trade once his first frag comes through. Bomb site taken, many losses for the CTs. Bell rung through the door. Bomb has been planted. But it seems they might not fancy going for this one. That is a lot lost very quickly indeed, and it's almost prop hunt now, just trying to hide as much as possible. Always good to see the French in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, definitely a long history. Long history of French Counter-Strike being right at the top of the game.
I still miss existence. I'm sorry, but I do.
Terrorists win.
Coaching in Valorant, I believe.
How many people in chat are like, who is existence? Do you mean X?
I think the NBK, did he coach in? No, it's Happy. Happy coaches in Valorant as well. Another French famous French in-game leader. Originally from CS.
Those were good days. Existence played in the days where you might drop an AK to pick up a silenced M4 on a T side. That long ago.
FURIA looking to have a way better start than they did against Bates, where they struggled to get any rhythm going. They've successfully forced away the CTs from Cat. So now the options of going A, going for the late long retake, or dropping into the B split all become possibilities that the CTs have to figure out, like, which one is it going to be. The gamble stack on A, though.
How many questions will FURIA ask before a full commitment? Gravity's got sound cues. The chain flashes, though. The chain flashes are timed so well. Bing bong. He eats a huge flash. Maka eats a huge headshot. There are more frags here for the 3D Max side. We've got a fight on our hands, and they've got some weird angles, which are going to be hard for FURIA to deal with. Starting to rotate over. At least Yakindar will. Oh, he's shifting back. He's trying to bait rotation, at least in parts. This will pull some players out of position and make things way better. Fallen spoke about Pinocchio strats in an interview, one of the clips on the stream, and there's a perfect example. Even if not everybody rotates over towards B, it's the mere fact that Yakindar running into B halls and then shifting back just weakens the stampede of players that were on that A bomb site and makes it a little easier. The small details just open the door in ways that otherwise would not exist for FURIA.
It's also really cool too, because if you think about how Heroic played this, 3D Max, still in the last series. If you think about how 3D Max played this round 2, they stacked the A site, and that kind of makes you impervious to what the other team's doing, where they are putting you in a spot where you're having to try to guess what they're doing based off of information. Instead, you're saying, I actually don't care what information you show me. We're just holding this like 4-man stack on the A site. It's only after the CTs, get contact, get a couple kills, that then they're like, okay, now we can start reacting off to the information. And then still, like you say, Fallen is throwing in the fake there, the little fake to create timing. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff in that round from an information perspective, and FURIA. They could be really, really difficult to deal with if they keep kind of getting, if Fallen keeps getting the wins here from the in-game leader battle. That's going to be tough now that Molodow's got knocked too.
Another phrase for non-FURIA teams might be a what-if play. FURIA offering some what-ifs to outmaneuver their opponents. Suter collecting an AK on long. This is really good map control early for 3D Max. Gravity absolutely needs to stay alive. Just disengaging from that mid position entirely. I wonder if they might boost him behind that double stack in CT spawn. But he will be fielded towards short, where there is much interest from the CTs. 4 CTs here, long has been abandoned. How far will they pursue this? Oh, the bait is brilliant. Pull the crosshair away, abuse the numbers. 3D Max fighting back, taking everything away from FURIA.
Love the disruptive plays from 3D Max there. Really, really good. Just slowing down that momentum that was building for FURIA is always going to be good. So hard to also find the right rounds to do that, to be aggressive, and like where and what timings. Tech pause coming in. I thought it was maybe going to be a FURIA tactical, but it's actually a tech related issue.
I'm on nail bites watch, because every match we see someone nail biting during the pauses, like the freeze time, etc. So I'm just waiting to see when, not if, it happens in this game.
One's doing it, James.
You could almost
Sold
make
me a bite.
you could make an evergreen segment. Will they bite? Where in chat they can give like they can put a Y or an N to see are they going to bite their nail, and then a clip, and then in the clips where they don't, they like pick their nose or something.
This is disgusting, James.
I think the players might be unhappy, but maybe it would change their habits. Who knows? Maybe it would all be for the better.
I think the producers would approve this.
Oh, you never know. Content's content. Oh, boo. Got no from production.
Replay the aggressive moves there. If Maka doesn't catch Molodoi there with his USP, that round is probably going to be kind of dicey for 3D Max, but really nice timing on that one. And look at how much stuff they have. They've got all this stuff. 3D Max, they've recovered the economy. The stocks are through the roof.
Stimulus package. Oh. I think he saw two. No one positioned towards B for FURIA. This may slow down the round for them. CT Expedition towards B. Potentially 4 players in that B area. I'm sure Maka will be rotating over urgently. Exorcist could be in some trouble. Maka has a flash, but he wonders about short because they are devoid of info there. I mean, I don't know how he could really help Maka in this position. Actually, the Molotov would be perfect. How deep does it go? Very deep. Somehow doesn't connect with them. Now FURIA going to see what's happening over towards B. So again, this is just killing their time because it's hard to throw out the what-ifs if you don't have the sufficient map control. That rotation from B all the way to long for Maka. So again, 3D Max taking the fight to FURIA now. FURIA spotting 3D Max, basically splitting the B halls. And now they've got to spend time clearing that out before they can even get started on what they want. But Masusa's push gives them a window into this round, maybe. A 4-on-4.
To go for the re-hit onto B potentially. And the push here from 3D Max through the long doors is going to confirm exactly what's going on. Oh, big damage done by that HE. That was perfect. Fallen with the trade though, and it's a 1v2 in the after plant. This is going to be very difficult. It's got to be perfect on the timing. He's got a flank to worry about as well. Maybe peek into this one. Ready for it. This is the first player. That's what he had to win that one to make it possible, but very well played by 3D Max. That HE went pretty hard. The timing on that one was just phenomenal.
Must have been a tense moment when Masuta lost that duel. FURIA finding a way in, but you can't be afraid to take the fights to FURIA and make the plays you think you need to play. If you become afraid to do that, then you become a victim to FURIA. Trophy for the shelf. So a very important round for 3D Max. It's currently in the lead with plenty of opportunity now that they've put FURIA's economy in the bin. Stimulus package continues for FURIA as, for 3D Max as FURIA will be walking to shallow graves around the B bomb sites.
Got kind of wrecked.
Fast eco round. This is a good eco round.
True. Get it over with. Okay, well, we're going to be back to seeing how the default works out. I think, FURIA have done a lot of the, the typical kind of cat control plays. The only thing I don't think we've seen too much is like the long scaling or like delayed long retakes, takes and then scaling into the A site. I haven't seen too much of that. Sometimes maybe dictated by what they see on when they get that cat control. Forward smoke, that's going to delay the cat's play a little. Because if you throw the mollies now to kind of do the forward clearing on cat, you're not going to be able to punish anyone who's falling off, so they get to retake the position for free. So this actually kind of forces FURIA to either wait it out and then go for the take of cat, or to go clear mid, which They started to pressure mid a little bit, pulling Lucky down.
Right then, short is contained. No response as of yet from the CTs. Now, what do FURIA want to do with the mid position? Which way do they want to send this CT? Oh, hopping in to deal with him. There's the answer. Wonderful timing. Masuta now, you can see him holding down 2 jobs. Gravity needs to stay alive now. Masuta's caught on the site though. That is a really sick round from FURIA.
So good. So good. I mean, okay, Ecstasies will get Molodoi, some exit frags to be had, but yeah, brilliant rounds. Because the problem is as far as the CTs are concerned, it can be 2 different things at once. And it's just so hard to know. The drop down, you know, because you know that very often, like, the CTs have to respond to the initial mid smoke by pulling a player down, as they did with Lucky, into CT spawn. So that's beautifully timed by FURIA. Can't do that every time, but
Terrorists win.
I think it's safe to say we can probably expect a lot more cat control defaults from FURIA.
Oh man, I mean, just the timing of that round was so good. From our perspective, how are they going to deal with the mid position? Boom. Decisive, but still work to be done, because 3D Max have plenty of money to buy in this round and perhaps the next. So they can still hold a fight. But how do they keep throwing different looks at FURIA? They did well in an earlier round to, as I mentioned, set the pace of that round, basically, with the threat around B on that particular run where FURIA had no presence towards B. But again, if you are to manipulate CT rotation, you have to have that presence, otherwise you have no threats. Is that He-Man in the background?
I wasn't paying attention to his background.
I like this.
Look.
There we go. Was it the dude from Thundercats?
I want to say that's probably a character from Bleach.
Not Lord of the Rings then?
No. Mac is getting aggressive. Okay, so this might be one way to deal with the default. Just try to get these early pickoffs. He knows someone's there, so okay, trying to force him out. Can he get this kill though? No, denied.
Give me a wallbang.
Could be.
Look at this. Gravity holding his 6. Surely that's a wallbang. There must be a lineup if a dude's in the corner there. The stalemates.
It's getting scary now.
Again, this answers the question of how the CTs are going to take the fight to FURIA. They're just holding in the middle of mid, and there's a minute on the clock. This is bananas. Now they've pushed the long A, and FURIA are just stuck in the B halls. This is crazy and awesome. Molodoi's been picked in T-spawn. This is what's required to face FURIA. And they're doing it.
3D Max are ready. They're ready to defend this B site as well. They're in position. 2 players here. FURIA, though, quite good on the entries typically into this B site so far this game. The gravity's in the smoke, and the variance starts to increase as he wraps around the back. And that's 2 fantastic kills. And that's going to round it out for 3D Max to take it. And so awesome to see the aggression there. They're not allowing FURIA to do these cat defaults.
I love these rounds. The round from FURIA, the round from 3D Max. You know, we ask the question, they give us the answer immediately. But it's great, and I did think that this particular matchup was going to be quite an interesting one, because 3D Max understand what is required on their CT side to have a chance of beating FURIA on a map. They know that you can't allow FURIA to set the pace, because if they have the space and time to do what they want, it's so difficult when they execute to understand what is really happening, to have your people in the right place, and to deal with people like Molodoi swinging AWPs at you. So to take control, I mean, you can't do this every round. But that is such a sick round from 3D Max. That was so enjoyable to watch. Again, just thwarting.
And it was the perfect round to do it too, because look what it's done to the money for FURIA. Again, every time FURIA look like they're about to take some momentum, 3D Max comes in the perfect moment to steal it away.
So I believe that this HE won't be enough, because you can see on the radar, they've got the double smokes there. One for the door, one for the Xbox, specifically to stop that HE from working. It won't go through both smokes. Not every team does that, but FURIA do on this occasion. That's what's necessary if you want to stop those HE AWP plays.
It's helpful because actually if it has prevented 3D Max from being out of position properly here, and they're still looking in mid, which does create a potential opening into the B sites. Here come the nades from that.
Maybe it means more great grenade dumping as well in that short position from the CTs, because they don't really understand how many people may have gone there. Space now being taken in the mid position while B is compromised. 3D Max find themselves outside the site versus Pistols, and Lucky is in such an awkward position with the AWP, but they're still all standing. 3D Max. Bombs getting planted. Masuta looking to round the corner. Lucky low and now gone. That AWP won't be retrieved. Masuta. Only one firing at him. That one is gone now. Surely the remainder will overwhelm. Indeed they will. Just the one loss. Not too shabby for 3D Max.
I thought FURIA did so well there to get onto the site like that. It was a really nice round, and I mean, also, I think kind of fortunate for 3D Max that they didn't get like killed there, I think, because, you know, you saw the kind of confusion where they were not sure, okay, or at least they were feeling, oh, this is like a big mid push because it's Pistols. They're expecting everybody to be there. So the fake kind of worked here, but they still take all of the kills to their credit. And that's going to be a 6-3 scoreline now. So 3 more rounds left in this half as the guns come back, and we will see the run made by Yakinda into long. We haven't seen this very often, and he'll get dropped instantly.
Yeah, that one wasn't the parkour he was looking for. Us two looking better and better for 3D Max at the beginning. This is the pick of 3D Max, and again, they are showing us prowess versus FURIA. Chunks taken by Fallen. They are in position on shorts. Molodoy does not announce the AWP, but the scope might do that to get back into position. Yuri lost now. Smoke blocked, which gives Maka a lot of space. Yeah, just dropping one by one now. 3D Max have successfully limited and stopped FURIA in a number of rounds here, and they're looking at quite a nice scoreline as we head into halftime, almost.
This is another great round from 3D Max on their CT side. Yeah, Molodoy, all he can do really is to just save the AWP at this point. Keserato as well. They can definitely buy around this in the next round, but very solid situation now for 3D Max on his CT side. It does too. This is also another map that FURIA did struggle against Bates on. Oh my god, they're coming for him. Oh, how did they know he was there?
Oh dear. They can smell the fear. And this is looking great for 3D Max. That is a hell of a flick from Maka. To not be a wallbang as well. Very clean indeed.
Okay, I might just go for a cat plant here, which could be possible if given the CT setup, no one's actually like Goose on a site here. The incendiaries or mollies are limited for the T side. Those are very important for clearing positions like Goose, but actually might move into that spot right now. Are we going to cross that? No, not yet. Pistols are coming in, and pistols are being denied.
Great transfer. Cutting the numbers post-plant. 2 on 4 for FURIA. Trying to do what they can. And they need to do a lot if they are to survive this one. Molodoy out in the open, no cover, and he will be sent. Frustration for FURIA in this first half. One planted will be some money for the last round. But again, this is such a good look for 3D Max. They are very satisfied with the proceedings thus far. I've really enjoyed this game of Dust 2. We've seen good things from both teams. We've seen struggles for 3D Max overcome. They've been able to control, limit, and annoy FURIA. Now lead by 5 as we head into the last round of the first half. A goodbye for both squads. No AWP for the T side. Galil for grenades for Molodoy. Again, those 2 nades in mid to deny information for the CTs. And again, 3D Max have charged into B halls. But there might be a faster round on the other side of the map for FURIA.
Moving up behind the push there. Up catwalk. We'll see if the timing's any good. For this final round, Gravity is going to have a very nice timing, presumably. It's our teammate there as well, the HE, to disperse the smoke. 3 versus 3, though, so FURIA holding on for now. They need this round desperately. The taps from Yakindar looking good. Taking down Masuta low. And now it's just these 2 players, Cat. Maka with the AWP. It's going to be hard to move forward with that, but it's the last round, so they're going to do it, or try. Quick incendiary. Time is of the essence. And, oh my goodness, 2 quick kills coming out of nowhere. This is how you do it if you are to make it happen. Molodoy now, the Galil will find one. He just has to make sure that this other player gets off this bomb. And there's the spray. He's going to deny it. Another round for FURIA. 4-8 at the end of the first half.
It is a good start. It's a great start for 3D Max, but it's always about how you finish. The second half begins. We see plenty of frustration for FURIA. They had some good rounds as well. They constructed some nice work on the T side, but 3D Max understood the mission and executed with brilliance to have a 4-round lead at halftime. The pistol may be a big swing round here. 3D Max could potentially run away with their pick of Dust 2 should they be successful in this round. Then again, FURIA could start the fight back turbo mode, especially if they can stop a bomb plant.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough few Dust 2s FURIA have had recently. Smoke from the 3D Max side onto the B doors, trying to fake B. And they go A. 3 players on A. Lots of noise has been made, so we'll see how long it takes for that B rotation. In the meantime, the A defenders have to connect some shots, but they're getting destroyed.
Oh my god!
Oh,
all
man.
the Glock headshots at range. They needed more than one, but they're just looking really sharp with those Glocks. Okay, Serato and Yuri remain. Who needs long-range pistols when you've got numbers and aim? Bish bosh. What is there to be done? Yuri wants none of this with his Kevlar and Julies. So it will be 3D Max off to the races. Very enjoyable game of Dust 2 so far. Gets his bonus money, looking for a bit more. Again, in that scenario, the Kevlar's worth more than the frag. Okay, Serato will do whatever the hell he wants to do. So let's see what the CTs choose to do. Now that they have lost their pistol round, the urgency will suddenly be very high for Dust 2.
Very tough situation here now. Get their pistols, see what they can do, but Lucky looking for a quick takeover of this A-long position. He's going to get it. The red carpet's been rolled out. Pisa, they're ready to go. They're ready to fight. So we're going to get that long scale, the A-long scaling. But wait, the CTs are coming. They're lining up. And they're going to get absolutely sprayed. Oh, no.
The flashbang was being lined up, but you saw the wide angle on the pit and you just spelled disaster for FURIA. This was a non-investment for them. And again, I mean, Yuri might as well chill somewhere. And, you know, if they come, they come. But otherwise... you just save your Kevlar here. Just not a great scenario to be in. But he'll make them pay a little, at least. Well then, the road to comeback is long for FURIA. You can't make too many mistakes now in this CT half. Quite curious to see how 3D Max will set the pace. Molodoy's got his big gun out immediately, which is what you want on a game of Dust 2, when you're 6 round behind especially.
Okay, so it looks pretty standard from the CTs, although Molodoy going to get active there on Catwalk. Doesn't get the fast timing he's looking for, so has to get out of there. Got to get to the chopper. Suddenly we have some cat control starting to be worked on. 3D Max is suggesting the B splits, but this smoke is now so commonly to just distract, and usually you get a second if it's for real.
Flash points on long. Fallen willing to take a bullet for the team. Crouch peek with the FAMAS winning the duel. Exorcist is not going to be happy with that. I think he only sees Fallen there. I don't know if he sees Yakinder at all. If he sees a second player there, 3D Max might get their skates on in this scenario. 35 seconds remain, and got a number of players heading back towards T spawn.
They're saving? I guess they're saving.
It, yeah.
Interesting. I mean, after Fallen gets that kill, they... But by the way, why did Fallen not pick up the AK? It's standing right next to it. But either way...
Who wants to shoot the French with the French gun?
Fair. Yeah, once Fallen pushes that and sees what he saw with the two-man push, it's then... I guess they're just like, well, they know what's coming. So...
Counter-terrorists win.
They don't want to open a door wide open. They don't want to let FURIA kick open the door and make them broke. And again, I think they lacked position. Yeah, that's a really bad duel to lose. Partly because of all the position of the remaining players. And I think they're relying on Exorcist for them to have map presence in combination with their ultimate goals. So the lack of him there increases the risk. So they have more or less a reset in this one after losing one player. I like the decision, especially with the lead they have. They're not taking it for granted. They respect their opponents just enough.
Contact all the way through. Oh, so close on that one. Yuri's ready to strike. Should they push past the angle at least? They might be forced to reconsider, though. It's not a committed play. The bomb is down outside the B tunnels at the moment, so that would be indicative of a B play, most likely. A lurk smoke to be deployed as we go back into mid control. They might still finish B. They forced the B defenders to use some utility. So re-hit on B would definitely be pretty nice because of that. There's the B split smoke.
Mind games. And it's almost a mirror of the last round, but with less time on this occasion. But it seems they're going to go for it. Contact play in. Yakinder is here. He's got the counter flashes immediately for the team, and that's going to utterly ruin the squad. He was just waiting to throw that. They barely break ground on the B bomb site. Again, essentially a mirror of the previous rounds with less time, and Yakinder is in position. He's got two flashes. He's outside the doors. Just pops it in. Off you go. Swing and delete.
Solid. Very solid hold. And suddenly, we get the timeout from 3D Max. Maybe starting to feel like FURIA gaining some traction here. They need to break it. And they were really good at doing that on the first half. It was the case that every time we got to this point where FURIA started to get that momentum in hand, then the very next round, 3D Max finds some sort of disruptive play to kind of just exactly target what's been successful for FURIA and then to just put FURIA back to square one again. So see what 3D Max comes up with this time. They are on the T side instead, though. And I think so far what's been cool for FURIA is that the success is coming from playing like passive Dust 2. They're not having to get active, which is quite risky on this map. It's not something you would want to have to do very much.
Just keeping an eye on a lower tunnel push. You're wandering at home or wherever you are. Might be watching from jail. Loads of people have got phones in jail these days. Why not watch Counter-Strike?
Imagine if they made the series Oz today.
Oh. And like Adabisi.
Yeah. Classic prison HBO show. A minute left. There you go, James.
FURIA seems to. I mean, it's early in this half. We've seen 3D Max run, for all intents and purposes, the same strat on 2 occasions. Save with 4 people in spawn, run it again, and get ruined, as pretty much the same outcome happened, but with more pages in the book. So in the data we have, the early data we have from FURIA, they seem to have 3D Max's number so far. They're very clued up on what's happening. Oh, look at the position from Yakinda. If you mirror that with the drop into CT spawn that we saw from FURIA in the first half, it's a pretty cool alternative in terms of expectations. Exorcist trying to stay alive. He will plant the bomb at least, or they will, which is a goal achieved. But again, it's just so interesting to see FURIA in the first half. That execution in CT spawn off of short was excellent, and then Yakinda holding an angle, expecting shenanigans and immediately punishing. Big brains on FURIA. Where are you going?
Yeah, they like you said, they got the bomb down at least, so that's nice. So that is a win, really. Okay, 7-3, 7-10, I should say, as can't read. FURIA on the way back. Molodoi getting even more aggressive this time, looking for something lower dark. And we'll see if he can find it. Maka takes a shot from the tunnels, gets smoked off. And with that smoke, you would absolutely imagine that someone will come the way of Molodoi. Gets flashed. He's going to be very careful. A whiff. And he's going to be able to escape scot-free, it seems.
It's got to be your life flashing before your eyes if you gravitate with that jump peak, thinking, oh, I'm just in the middle of the air and I may be about to die. Somehow gets away with it, though. Great air strafe. But Exorcist will continue to show presence on long, hoping for a better result this time. They will say hello back. Fallen is still here, waiting to greet you once again. I wonder if this duel will continue to be important for the construction of 3D Max rounds. Yakinda running away from long in the background, but nobody pokes their head out as they are headed elsewhere. Exorcist not fancying that duel on this occasion. What do FURIA make of this?
You are reading the movements fairly well. There's 20 seconds to get the bomb down now, and a move has to be made. They're going to drop, and Yakinda knows. They try to do what K-Serato did to them, but Yakinda with the defense. And now a spray as he falls backwards. 15 seconds to plant here. Delaying might even just do it, but that's an instantaneous kill. Yuri has to defend, and another instant entry. Wow, okay. I feel like there's so many ways for them to lose off time, but they make it work, and that's a crippling round for FURIA to lose. They do have a lot of money, though, and I guess that's good because the AWP is gone.
So we might be seeing the ability for 3D Max to adapt to the challenges FURIA have been throwing at them in these rounds so far. Again, the 1v1s that we had towards long have been pivotal in the construction of rounds for 3D Max, and he lost those 1v1s, but this time Exorcist goes elsewhere and the goods are firmly delivered. Speaking of 3D Max, Body, OG announced earlier on, is on loan from 3D Max, so he'll be playing for the OG squad in the near future. But yeah, this 3D Max team looks good.
Yeah, and it's such a big map for them because Overpass is next, and we all know how well FURIA can play Overpass. So this would definitely make the series feel a lot more simple.
Misuta's been on the squad for 11 days. I think it's worth noting.
Yeah,
and they lead FURIA 11-7 at present.
change of setup though. You know, now we've got Molodoi, who, as opposed to being active mid and cat, he's holding down long, and we instead have Fallen working with Ikindar towards the site with the rifles, and Molodoi can't make it through after getting a pick onto Exorcist. That will be long control now for the 3D Max side.
Kindar in that car position. Keserato playing on the sights. Very worried about the short position, which has a smoke on. That's their defense, a smoke for short at present. Maka waiting for rotation, but loses the duel to Fallen with the AWP. That's really important. And what do FURIA understand of shorts with that? Ikindar walking back, but he can't do it fast enough. Now Keserato's on an island, and he will be mollied as well. So important to nade the back of those boxes as you approach from long, and the nades just continue. Airstrikes for both sides. Keserato popped up, lucky dropped, 3-on-2 retake for FURIA. Gravity with angles towards CT. That smoke will soon be gone though, spotted by Fallen. Gravity's lost his angle, but Masood is here to pick up the slack. 1v2 now, Gravity trying to burst. He's got 7 bullets to deliver on these two. He's got to be real careful. That's great on the first one, but Yuri will be the last one standing in this one. What a back and forth affair.
Yeah, some really awesome plays from both sides in that exchange. I particularly liked the quick thinking with the boost from Fallen, boosting his teammate and the kill being delivered. Fallen also with this kill, that was also a very pivotal kill to find. And there's that boost we were talking about, just getting Keserato in position. Very crazy round right there, but the bomb did go down. There's enough money for a full buy, but if FURIA win this one, 3D Max are not going to have a lot, especially if they can deny the plant. FURIA could get some momentum again. It's still possible here on Dust 2 for them, as once again, Along is taken away early on. And there's options here for 3D Max. They can just slowly drift out, just leave a lurk on this position. They can scale from this position. They can peel one player back and go for an A split up cat as well. Lots of options from this long take.
Makes the CC have lots of backup now. Versus the rounds we saw before. Maka moving around, trying to understand the climates around the map. We have 3 players holding on A for FURIA. Again, concerns, of course, towards short. As long as compromised, the nade starts to stream in. Molly towards the car. Oh dear, that's going to cost them so much. The flash comes out for Fallen. He collects 2. Could be good for a 3rd. Indeed, he will be. Betrayed by that incendiary. That absolutely decimates 3D Max, and now you are worried if you're a 3D Max fan. Because FURIA are closing the gap. That molly has really got to be mega, mega precise.
How's that even possible? It looks like he's in the fire.
Yeah, it did. It's really strange. Like, a lot of people throw it from on top of the barrel, around the corner from the long doors. You aim at the keyhole of the door. You can aim at the same place, and sometimes it feels like it spreads properly, and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. Perhaps there's a better one I'm not aware of.
Seen Molodoi here before, but now he's against pistols. Okay, careful. There's 3 deagles, so you got to be careful here. Well, I guess to have some, I was about to say he gets to have some fun, but never mind.
Every frag counts here. CTs are low. And I just want to get rid of... Oh, didn't see him there. I want to get rid of as many Ts as possible and stop the bleeding. So damage for 3D Max in this round could have a part to play in potentially closing out this map. So there's more than a bomb plant at stake. Oh, Ikindar popping through, but Masuta delivers once again. Oh, there's a chance for Lucky. He's got to commit to the bomb plant here. Can he reach for that rifle? Does he prefer the deagle? 5 shots, 3 targets. Flash up. He expects... Oh, they were almost lined up for him perfectly. Didn't connect, though. It will be the 2 frags.
I can't believe this. You know, off the back of that molly that didn't spread fully on the car position. Of course, FURIA may have still won that round anyway, but you know, now we're here. We're in a spot where it could all be slipping away for 3D Max unless they can suddenly start to stem the flow. Nice opener, but they are outgunned otherwise in this particular round. 10-11. Although he's been very active here, James. He's moved around a lot, lots of low dark pushes. He's been all over the shop.
Yeah, and that's what you want Molodoi to do. He has so much talent. From X sees his position, but standing on the floor, you can throw a running mid to B smoke. Just so you know. Look at all of that. My word, bad intentions is the phrase that comes to mind.
Well, weaponry cache on the slope. Minute to go. They've got the Cats control now. 3D Max. 3 players on B committed to B for FURIA. So this A defense is going to be pretty rough. It's going to be about... I mean, it's going to be hard to hold on to either position, actually. Long is looking to be split with the Cat as well. I like this, though. Molodoi is coming closer to Long and can assist his teammate here. They're going to have an explosive defense on this position.
Interestingly, 3D Max put that smoke house on the corner of Long, but also one into B at the same time. There are only 2 defenders here. Molodoi is alone now. No support flashes. Oh, I think maybe there was one that came too late there for Fallen. And now Molodoi needs to stay alive, able to escape. How much utilities left on the ramp, I wonder? Because it may be used against him if there are still pieces of junk there. Open plants. Susa still on Long. Oh, this is a scary one for Gravity. He's missed his spray playing against the headshot positions. And now there are multi coming in for Lucky. They are falling one by one. There's loads of util. That smoke... Oh, they don't know that. They may have needed that on the bomb site itself. The junk starts to come. The flashes are here. They swing. Yakindar from the back. It's going to be the checkmate in this round. You had concerns about whether they could defuse, but Yakindar is Mr. Big Brain for FURIA. And the score is tied. A good first half from 3D Max, but that's not enough to take down FURIA. They've got to find a way to solve the problems in this second half.
Really well played, especially that's the bait on Cat here. That this is the case Rata gets the kill, but his teammate kind of hops up onto the box and immediately like wide swings really fast. So if that first bullet misses from Lucky, you're not going to hit the rest of the spray and you get instantly killed. Really well played. 11-11. Kindar's looking for a tap. Molodoi presence as well from Cat and drops Maka. And that is a huge 5v4 early here for FURIA, as they look like they've fully taken control of this Dust 2 game right at the end of regulation.
Imagine if there's no bomb plants in that last round. 3D Max would be hurting. If there isn't one in this one, they'll be hurting anyway, I think. They have short control. They have a lot of util. They've got mollies as well. There's enough to construct whatever rounds they may desire. Now, they should see the trajectory of where that smoke came from, which may give them an idea as to the defenses in this mid position. Hurrying over towards B now, and there's trouble for Keithrato and Yuri. It's a great spray from Yuri. He's concerned about the tunnel. So is Keithrato. No one is there, though. And they've done a good job holding. Reinforcements are coming through mid. 41 seconds. Gravity with 6 HP. Eating flashes, eating headshots, eating leads. FURIA find themselves at game points now. One half is not enough to put this team down.
Yeah, this is tense. 3D Max still in with a shot, of course. But they just haven't managed to find their own rhythm now in the last few rounds. Ever since that key kind of molly miss on the car. Not looks good. And Molodoi has been rotating around all over the place. This time he's in mid. He's in a different position every time. And he's going to get a connection. Gravity goes down early in this round. And with that, Molodoi can just run that mid position. He's going to swap out, potentially. Yeah, he is leaving. They're expecting 3D Max to double down. Now they've lost a player to double down to a different position.
Those are some really important frags as things turn around. Molodoi now, battle sniper mode. He is heard. Exercise is able to deliver. That's a really important duel to keep 3D Max alive. Too much to ask, surely, for FURIA. Yuri and Keserato. Does the AK make the difference here for Yuri? There's a kiss on both. They've got so much to do, though. Smokes. Oh. There's such a problem. A big swing then, but the flash lands at exactly the same time. It's not to be in this round. They've got to press on. But the timing of all that utility is fantastic. A sigh of relief for 3D Max. Work done on the first half. Maybe it was just enough to keep them alive in the second. Now they can apply their learnings and maybe make a better future for themselves.
Wow, they actually did it in the last possible round, especially when they dropped a player early against Molodoi. Impressive stuff there from 3D Max. Again, really, I think a lot of pressure for them to actually take this map. Overpass up next. Molodoi again, aggressive cat, denied by the early Molotovs from 3D Max. Aware of the shenanigans. They know what's possible with this Molodoi guy.
If you ignore the pistol, they only won. I mean, that was only the second round. They really won in that half. And they won both pistols. Still, FURIA have been able to force an overtime.
A good point. Very calm on the map at the moment. We saw a lot of this from FURIA. Just very patient CT sides. There's the pop flash for the AWPer that could be watching him. And the Molly as well. And they okay, so they're hitting a fast B timing off of the cat control. This would very likely catch the CTs off guard, but can they defend this B site anyway?
Yuri's in trouble, couldn't position himself properly, and now Fallen is in that special mode, but there are so many targets. Some revenge now for 3D Max, hopping off that short position, eliminating the remaining defenses. But we see a stronger 3D Max in this overtime. Across this T half, I wonder. Surviving the strength of FURIA. There are more tests to come. 22 frags for Gravity. Masuta, new man Masuta. Good level of frags as well with his team.
Terrorists win.
This is impressive work from for 3D Max. I think that, you know, as I mentioned, the timing there into B, very unusual to hit a timing like that. I think off of the cat control, and FURIA would, I don't think, mentally prepared for that. You could kind of tell by how they lost their lives on the site. And they've fallen not in a great spot because he has to drop down from window, so he's got no space to work with on the AWP. His teammate goes down instantly to a flash. It's not ready for that, and I have to say, I think for the most part, in regulation, 3D Max were not I think, constructing too many rounds that that caught FURIA like that. So really encouraging for them to see that they can do that into this overtime. But still, many more rounds of overtime to be played as FURIA look to get themselves back into this one. Still with all the money to work with.
Full send straight into B. Flashbangs are good, but they are on the receiving end of all the jewels. Lightning fast in and out of the B bomb site, leaving Lucky with much to do. On the plate for FURIA, ultimately. Their flashes on B are good, but this occasion, FURIA survive. That'll be quite handy for them.
I like the call here from 3D Max. I think even though it was catastrophic, I think, maybe they felt confident about the B side and also just hitting like a mega fast B timing. I don't think we saw that once from them in regulation as well. So credit to FURIA being prepared to defend like that. Gravity. Yeah, he can't get what he's looking for there on long. Molodoy, on the other hand, looking to find something. Lower dark again. He's... even though he's not gotten a single kill from doing that, like you always have to be worried that he's there. You always have to spend util most likely to actually clear him off.
Look at the movement of FURIA. You know, maybe considering pour over towards A for a moment. Again, we have a similar round constructed. Smoke almost forces Molodoy into this position. No off angle, like you might otherwise see. This will keep the CTs entertained for a time, but what is the play? 4-man on shorts. Ecstasy's creeping through mids. 43 seconds left. Where is that third man? Where is that middle guy? Yakinda. Oh, the flashes. The flashes. I think he maybe seen there by Yakinda. Wondering where Ecstasy's now. What does this mean? He'll slow things down at the very least. He's picked off Queserato and left Yakinda stuck in CT spawn, but he looks away at the wrong moment. 4-on-3. Retake territory for FURIA. Yuri still on the B bomb site. Making his way over.
Making sure that it's safe. Everything's turned off before he leaves. Oh, that's a great shot onto Maka. And the defense from the site now is up to Masuta. Masuta alone, the spray is not enough though. FURIA able to overwhelm. And that's going to be another round for them. So 2 of the 3 in the first half of overtime 1.
Very tense indeed. Must win for 3D Max. Back foot once again.
I'm enjoying how FURIA are playing really, really passively for the most part. It's just Molodoy who's active usually at the beginning of rounds, but otherwise the team settles into playing very passive. And then it's kind of, it is that tension where that just builds because they don't really have the full information. They have to be quite reactive. And the timing battle in mid was crazy, but into the next one we go. And the shoe's on the other foot.
Lots of detail in the default from FURIA. Forcing all the AWP angles away. Forced all the way back to the A-bomb site. Ecstasy's alone on long. The minute 10 on the clock. We'll see if there's presence on mid later, but the way they're positioned would suggest they're heading straight in towards B. So it looks like FURIA are content with the job they have done, putting that third man away after forcing the info player away from that short position. And they're not wrong. They're taking heavy nade damage though, and the spray is glorious. Masuta goes ahead of the smoke, and FURIA get utterly ruined. Molodoy in the clutch though. I make no assumptions on this one.
Yeah, I think that's fair. 30 seconds to go. He is surrounded. CT's on the front, on the back. The tapping comes on through, but the trade is ready to go. Maka delivers that one, and 3D Max pick up that first CT round. And in similar fashion to how 3D Max got destroyed on this kind of a push, so will FURIA. It doesn't seem like these shock B pushes are working for anybody.
Yeah. Big train in a small tunnel. Very fast target acquisition. Not hitting the mark on this occasion, though. Maka moves in towards short, avoids the flash, tag through the wall. Won't be enough to drop Serato. He'll still be dangerous. Early exchanges. Makes the Senior Kindar over towards long. And utility. Looks like there is a plan after this grenade dumping that we're seeing.
They doing it? Okay, they're doing it. They're going to Longhouse. The Siege gets spotted. The angle not looking good. And he gets taken out for free. Oh, they're faking A. The bomb's going back to B. They're threatening that they're just going to scale slowly, but Maka takes down Molodoy in mid. This is going to be quite interesting.
Oh, I think Serato might hear this. He'll hear these players from the long. He'll hear them charging towards short. And perhaps he's giving them some noise back as well. Unable to stay alive for long, though. And it needs to speed up on the other side then. They have been sold a lie once again. The rug pull has happened. But can they find the scammers?
Closing in on them. And the first jump across draws the crosshairs nicely. Yikinda in from the back, though. And there's a wipeout on the site. The pressure setting in almost at the end of that one. That was a really strong situation. 3v4 on the B side after plant. Man, 3D Max storming back into this game. What are you thinking, James? Another overtime? Or 3D Max?
They're capable. 3D Max are very capable. It's coming down to narrow margins. They're both making plays. 3D Max being proactive. They're being sold fake sometimes. You know, like it's winnable by both. So I don't think you can really have expectation. Just needs to be in the right place, make the right play, and win the right rounds. Did he see him? It looks like he did. Either way, he makes no assumption. And then there were three.
Serato was clearing everything. It's like there could be 5 players here. It's a good mentality to have. Ecstasy really needs to find something as they jump up. Looking for it, but so far it's not coming all too easily. Ecstasy needs it, so he's going forwards. He has a good angle for this kill. He gets the kill, but where's the trade frag? Yuri tries to make it happen. Quick flick from Fallen, delivers the second kill on the trade. And now down to Maka, caught out in the open, and it's overtime 2 now between these two sides to decide Dust 2.
It's so important Fallen gets that second kill there. That became a very diabolical situation for FURIA. But this is why it's so hard to... Like, you can't really pick something between these squads because 3D Max are not shy to make plays against FURIA. They know that they have to. They can't just stay static. They're bringing the fights, and that's why it's so close. It's really great to watch. Where else was he going to be? Well, I guess he could be towards long. But he didn't try and shoot your teammates, so he's probably going to shoot you instead. Always the gamble. Of course, the sniper will take a nice spawn towards B as well. To catch a CT going to platform. That's an early 4-on-5 that 3D Max do not need.
Yeah, neither of the CTs will try to get information somewhere. They'll either stack 1-3 somewhere, or they'll sit 2-2 and play passive. Like, those are the three things really that the CTs can do. Those are the three options, and stack A. And usually it's because A, if there's a 2-2 split of the CTs, because they're not info pushing, but they're just sitting on sites, and it's usually A that's weaker, because usually it's one player long, one player site. So stacking 3 on A, I think is definitely the right choice if you're just looking for a default good choice.
The tree is a scientific anomaly. It is a non-solid tree and does obscure utility, especially flashbangs that allow you to pop out and look for a transfer. But the mollies, he's got nowhere to go. Brazilian barbecue of a different kind. Lucky says hello. 15 seconds. He needs to stay alive now, but be enough of a threat to stop this bomb from being planted. Fallen spots one. The cover's gone though. He's got to frag out, but there's too many man on road, and it's 3D Max to take the first in the second.
I always find it very satisfying when we get to see Fallen Orb.
Yes.
In kind of any context. There's something about it that just feels very satisfying.
I gotta say though, I would take Molodoi AWPing over Fallen in like right now, because he is also incredible to watch, and we haven't seen all of his highlights yet. But there's a lot of excitement, and he's just a nasty piece of work with a sniper rifle. He is a nasty piece of work, as we would say in the UK, which is brilliant for FURIA. They trail by 1. There are 5 on roads, and Masuta is the only man on this bomb site. Counter flashes are coming in, and he may have a chance to get a frag here. They're also blind. He somehow found a second. The support flashes are doing God's work on the bomb site. He should have been gone long ago. Those flashes came in instantly.
I gotta say, that B bomb site is cursed. I was looking at that, I'm like, okay, they got a 6 timing, there's only Masuta here. Maybe this is the round where the B hit actually works, the fast B hit, but no. 3D Max with 2 rounds back to back. That's going to spell a lot of trouble for FURIA now. They've got to figure out what to do. Molodoi working on the mid connection. And aggression. We saw a really good aggressive round in regulation, but it's Mako who goes up looking for Molodoi. They are going to escape. Resets the positions. Now maybe... Will we get a B hit again? The bomb is actually making its way back to B. So B split, perhaps. We get the cat control now from Fallen and his co-conspirator, Kelly Serato. The CTs, are they going to look for info here? Okay, Gravity's close. Not looking for an info play. That would be certain death.
Masusa's got the tree flash once again. Perhaps there'll be less fire in the goose position this time. 30 seconds. Creeping through the smoke. Winning an important duel in mid and A. How do you call? How do you decide where to go? Gravity getting barbecued on the B bomb site, forced towards car. Doing cartwheels for all the wrong reasons. An important round for FURIA to secure. There are 2 more players to find first. Masuta and Maka. Masuta's patience finds the lurker. Clock is ticking. Aka needs a miracle. Won't find one.
FURIA, they pick up one more. Just one at the beginning of this second overtime, but it's going to be a tough second half for them then. But that was a beautiful round from FURIA. I mean, I was really curious how they were going to play off of Queserato with that double smoke. It looked like a fake, and I thought they were absolutely going for a B hit. But for some reason, you know, they changed their mind. They walked back out in towards mid. So really hard to read FURIA's movements there, that's for sure. And now we're back into the second half. We're going to expect perhaps more Molotov shenanigans. He's holding mid for now. And it looks like we're going to get another B. Timing.
Let's do it again. Wow. CTs are in horrible positions on this occasion. Sometimes it is the luck of the draw as the nade starts to stream in. Yuri's good for one, but Queserato is blind and on fire and not going to last long on this bomb site. This should be it in this round. People save here, normally. Should be it.
Overtime, man. You've got to do it.
Yeah, Yakinda's got a lot of junk to throw at this problem. Double nades will confirm nobody's home, surely. Double incendiaries as well. Their 3D max swing during this deployment. XSC's just around the corner. There is a flash, she elite it. Great angle, pursuing the problem, trying to get that info as well. Only 2 remain. They'll look to keep that AWP money then. As the sniper exits the premises. That's 3D max getting to game point. Nice.
Okay, so that's one of the very few B rounds actually worked out. Well done to 3D Max, because that's a feat, this map of Dust 2. Clean entries. .3D Max. Can they get it over the line? It's been very difficult here on Dust 2 so far to do that. But they have such a strong position to do so. All they need is 2 rounds, and they're good to go. FURIA take a timeout to get everybody on the same page, gather their thoughts. So many overtimes in this ESL Pro League thing. What's that?
Yeah. Double AWPs for round 35. Fallen and Molotov. Only 3 frags between them. Everybody firing for the squad. Same is true of 3D Max. Suitor and Gravity a little more than others. FURIA acquiring 2 from 2.
I think we're going B, James. We're going B again.
Early doors keeps CTs far away. Molotov is starting to head over. He's got no support flashes for his squad, however. And here we go. Abuse the numbers. The molly will land, but only Yuri's able to get a frag. And again, it's brutal. Yakinda wants to push before they get too deep. They're keeping it simple, and there might be no way back for this one. Double AWP retake on the B-bomb site of Dust 2, 2 versus 4, with 1 grenade, which is a smoke.
How do you deal with this? He knows what the setup looks like. That's really one way to do it. Denies the attempt at trading, but still, there's so much ways to just kill time here. Nice shot, my goodness, from Fallen. Are they making this actually happen? It was close. It was close, but it wasn't enough. 3D Max, they got the goods here on Dust 2.
those in other series. So we'll see if 3D Max have what it takes once we get into Overpass.
Man with the plan.
It was nice to see while we were on break a Rats map on the first stream, on the A stream rather. That was really cool. I spent so much time on Rats maps. That was my happy place, running around in a map, on a Rats map, just doing anything or nothing. Good times. But anyway, Overpass begins. FURIA streaming into B immediately. Yakindar says hello to Gravity. XC's will say bonjour back. And we'll try to say more to the rest of the team. Running out of bullets though, but Lucky is here. Overwhelmed with the angles offered by FURIA. They'll take the bomb site 3-on-2. Masuta and Maka coming through.
Timing there from Masuta. Ooh, pops a second head as well. Masuta, only player with any HP. Molodoi, oh, he gets his fire drawn away by the Julies swinging wide. FURIA not going to be enjoying that. I mean, that looked like a really good take of that site. Masuta's timing was just too good from Monster.
What a snap. Starters you mean to go on. CT side has all the toys for round 2. Varied weaponry, plenty of util. FURIA, of course, come into this one with intention, and they are getting started really quick. Molodoi dropping Masuta lightning fast. I think it might be a bit tail between legs as far as the A site is concerned. I wonder if they're going to even give the CTs time to respond. They have taken short B, at least. But FURIA are posted up for the full send.
He's in a very good spot. Got to take that one, but the fire is too strong from FURIA. Shock and Oren to be looking good. All the way. The timing doesn't seem to catch Gravity there, but down to Yakindo now. Oh, we've got a plant in the open. It's not a good look there for FURIA. Once again, the B site fails them. Even though it looked like they had everything they needed, they just fall short.
That two-man spray down from Gravity was pivotal to turn things back into 3D Max's favor. Have a look at this. This is everything. The MP9, no less. Godly weapon still. That's a huge spray down. Makes all the difference in that round. And that is very pivotal early on. Very pivotal indeed. See lots of comms being barked out by Fallen. But that may make a world of difference to 3D Max if they are to win this. Of course, it's early, but that may be a key round. We'll see how these rounds continue. Avoiding the reset on round 2 is very important. Everybody on the scoreboard for 3D Max. 3 of the 5 for FURIA early on.
Reconfiguration of some positions. Masuta going back to the A site for the time. Start from the 3D Max so far. And map up. This is where you expect FURIA to do their biggest damage. I think this T side, but obviously they haven't had that money yet. That's when things are going to get really interesting. But we are looking at 3D Max to build that bank. So they are prepared. Taking warning shots. Down from the bathrooms. I wouldn't be too worried about these pistols. It's got to be a bait. It's got to be a bait, Masuta. Don't fall for it.
Empty bullets with the Galil. Oh, just about checking as well.
Counter-terrorists win.
What's French for let me ace? Je voudrais ace. God, it's embarrassing that I'm not fluent in French, honestly.
I don't know what. I respect the replay. I'm not really sure what we were observing, but you got a good view of that jump peak. Okay, so this is where it gets tricky here, James. This is where FURIA tend to be pretty dominant. Gonna opt to open with an attempt at water control.
Oh, great timing. I think this is where we see how important the pistol rounds will be for 3D Max. Again, they won both pistols on Dust 2, and we're still taken to overtime. They've had a great start here. And FURIA may look to begin the dismantling. Well-oiled machine is FURIA. But the timing on these HGs continues to be great for 3D Max.
We are going A though, FURIA. What 3D Max make of this? They are rotating Lucky over, so have 3 players to defend A. But with the luck in Molodaway towards Monster, it always makes it possible to pivot if necessary.
39 seconds. Sees one on long. Some util. Still sees one. Have a look at Maka and Masuta. They are moving away from the site. If looking for a flank, it won't come soon enough. But now he surely hears multiple footsteps. Maka will need to help if he can. But the defenses are falling. Down to a 2-on-2. Maka jiggling in all the wrong directions. Perfect for Yakinda. Masuta trying to close the distance now. A wide swing from Yakinda. That's the bomb carrier. And Yuri's not going to get there in time. They're going to win by timeout.
Counter-terrorists win.
Dude, Masuta is on a mission right now. He's almost quad... Okay, so quad killed in the last round. 3 kills in this round. 2 insanely pivotal frags with that Galil of his. How long is he going to hold on to that for? FURIA take the timeout. I wonder if we'll get a replay of some of Masuta's kills there. Those were so crazy. He is 9. I think he's 9 for 1 right now. Kills to death, I think.
Great to see people drinking loads of water.
Yeah.
It's important. If you're dehydrated, your brain is going to be the first thing to start being a bit crap.
That's one way to put it. But yes, it does slow you down to be dehydrated. Ooh, what on earth was that? Is that like a
Peak.
I guess it wasn't a collab, but it was like looks very close. They were right next to each other. Masuta's really stepping up here so far on overpass. Drilled they are on CT side. 3D Max with an aggressive A opening. But looks like it's going to be B that gets overrun here for FURIA.
Oh my words. Talk about great timing. Hey, it's one of those rounds. You pick this card, I pick that card. And it's done. Yeah, the money's not spectacular for the CTs. I think they've got good discipline as well. 3D Max. Good round hygiene, if you will. They understand that this is a lost cause. They'll try to be as efficient as possible. Looking towards the rest of the half. One of the beauties of Counter-Strike there. FURIA will
Terrorists win.
discover their first round. Close to one earlier on. But again, consider it couldn't, you know, if you think that 3D Max are a heavy underdog for this particular map, and all these early rounds and successes for them are really important. But there is the first round for FURIA, and again, 3D Max pretty much holding on to almost everything. Just losing that one defensive player.
Maka on let AWP.
At least your French is worse than mine.
Yeah, true.
Let AWP. God. Should be fine.
Okay. Tried fighting for water. Oh, gets traded. 3D Max, they got a better setup to defend the site this time. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm telling lies because it's not doing all that well. Lucky trying to see what he can make happen here. The teammates are quickly on the way. There's 4 Ts to contend with. Bomb starts getting planted, looking for the water play. Great flash timing coming on through. Ikinda with the trade, as will Masuta. He's still on a tear right now. 10 for 1. That's his second death now, though. And Maka with the AWP. This is looking absolutely terrible for him. He's gonna, yeah, he's out. He's out. Save the AWP. I mean, sorry, save let AWP.
Oh my god, it's hurting my soul.
I can do the vowels in French. Oh, hello. Oh my god.
What that word was. I don't know what it means actually. Starts with a P, the French know. Starts with a P, ends with an N. I think it must be a rude word. I don't know what it means. Whew, that was a close one. Gave his teammates a haircut there. Yeah, very close. Just saw you'd have a look. Molodoy was having none of it.
They're taking advantage of the B site now. This like water monster control into the B takes. It's causing problems because 3D Max haven't been super successful on either holding B or retaking B. So I do wonder if this will encourage 3D Max to try to shut down the water position more thoroughly, or maybe shut down door. Perhaps that could be also another way to handle it, as you do get a look into water from there as well. You can kind of split it between the short player and whoever is guarding the door. So it feels like we're at least at a point where 3D Max need to consider the adjustment, because this will be the final buy if they can't win this round. And I mean, XSC has a 5-7.
FURIA. Now it's meant to stop the CTs getting towards shorts. They don't seem particularly interested on this occasion, but that's for the Ts to discover.
I wonder if FURIA sort of read that as I was reading. Okay, you know, water control, like B needs to be more of a focus for the CTs, because they have just FURIA have just walked into the outside A control fairly easily, because no forward space was taken because B was a focus this round. So good conversion from FURIA on conditioning.
Prompt again from FURIA. Just executing straight onto the bomb site. Toilet's relatively unknown, so this is going to put 3D Max on an island with these forward positions. The FAMAS delivering onto Fallen though. Masuta trying to hide in plain sight. So many players here, but there's only one frag for FURIA so far. 3D Max securing a 5th round. FURIA trying to give them minimal time to respond, but respond they will. Body language tells the story now.
Yeah. I was going to say the bathroom setup was really good. And that was the weakness, the one weakness, because I think just like you highlighted, James, FURIA trying to basically give the least warning possible until they're on the site. But the issue with that is that they didn't clear bathrooms. Obviously, the trade-off there is that if you do clear bathrooms, you're showing players, you're using util, you are kind of announcing what you're doing, so it's more likely the CTs will be able to rotate onto the site, etc. But you run the risk that if there is a setup there and they perform as they did there, that the round is in jeopardy, and that's exactly the problem.
A game of risk, Counter-Strike. Playing the right options at the right time. Molodoy's on the AWP. Galil's out. Some out of necessity, some in order to acquire grenades. He doesn't fire. Molodoy. Maybe a change of pace then for FURIA in this one. Different look to throw at 3D Max. With an AWP of their own in the hands of Maka. Masuta, 11 kills so far. Maybe it's not a change of pace as FURIA look to charge into the A bomb site now. Masuta spotting one by the truck. He knows someone's there. The flashes continue though. Support's on the way, but not in time. But maybe quick enough to secure the bomb site or at least try. He'll slow down FURIA, that's for sure. Keserato looking for rotations. And out they come. The trigger discipline looking for a second. Won't catch the first though. 4 on 2. Bomb not planted just yet. Considering their options, inviting the CTs out, they're being real careful, but that's a great shot from Molodoy, who's alone now. 1 versus 3. Looking for more. And he'll get more, but not in the way he wants. Frustrations continue for FURIA.
3D Max are looking awesome on a lot of these A holds. Just the play around A in general is really good. And it's interesting because, you know, we now start to see the adjustment from FURIA. Okay, this is clearly not working as well as we'd want it to work. Do we just start hitting the B side again, which was going very well, actually. They got a lot of success off the B hits. And if you think about, like, what is the most successful round, it is anything that involved the fast B hits. So, it might even be too predictable for them to do it, but at the same time, they will have Tech 9s, so it might just be worth just running it and seeing. 3D Max, James, they got map 1. They're 6-2 up on the CT side of Overpass. This is actually such a great performance from them. I think Masuta really started off this map just like an absolute juggernaut, and his form, I think, has been a huge benefit. He's 12-4 at the moment. His teammates are also now really stepping up as well. And the setups look great on the CT side too, like really nice timings. They're clearly very comfortable.
Newman. Newman goes past the fountains. Newman makes his way to the playground. Has Newman been heard? Yakinda with a flash. What a great choke point for him. The HE could be troublesome. Maybe too much utility though. Can he find the kills? Of course he can. Newman with 3. Shutting down this Tech 9 push from FURIA. It goes from bad to worse for the squad. Given no space whatsoever. Choked by 3D Max. 15 for 4, Masuta.
Would love to get any kills here. And again, I wonder if, you know, what we're seeing here also is that, because I'm thinking to myself, you know, what's the logic for the A hits for FURIA with the Tech 9s? And I think one of the pieces of logic, if we follow the continuity of the rounds, how they've gone so far, is that if indeed you get this B rush that you think the opponents will expect.
Oh!
Ooh, hello. Okay. Yeah, if you get a B rush that your opponents are expecting, then you would probably expect them to play less players towards the A side of the map. So that means that they're probably not going to be defending that deep as Masuta was. Because to have Masuta out here, normally it means there's probably 2 other CTs playing around the bathrooms, maybe playing down into the door position. So you probably don't expect them to do that. So 3D Max making all the right calls and looking super confident.
It's crazy that he throws the second grenade in their faces and manages to get away with it. That will be another frustrating one for FURIA. Rifles out again.
Oh, this is
Yuri's
interesting,
not negative.
I think, you know, they have water control FURIA. They can try to fake B here potentially. Again, I think 3D Max are really I think they really are suspecting still that a B play is exactly what FURIA will do. So FURIA don't have to do an enormous amount to sell it, but FURIA are claiming space fairly slowly towards A. So you're going to get a timing now where 3D Max will start to ask some questions.
Gravity's made his way up, and Masuta's on the way as well. And Ecstasies is getting closer to a rotation, but he's going back and forth. That 40-second mark is just the border you cross in terms of urgency. FURIA have util. They're posted up near the toilets. Also near connector. Again, they've got no presence for a retake. It would be, for a rotation towards B. They start to stream in now. Most of the utility's gone for the CT squad. Gravity sees so much what Masuta does. Gravity's waiting. Instant trade. CT's not doing too bad now, though. Keisarato and Yakinda are attacked. They've got to collect that bomb and make their way back onto the bomb site, which gives Ecstasies a great angle, allows him to reposition somewhat, and he will clutch it for the squad. A cheeky smile. They know they are doing really well on overpass.
Yeah, no joke. This is looking great for 3D Max. They might just take this in 2 maps if it continues this way. Just doing all the right moves. I think FURIA just a little slow on this hit onto the A site. When they actually got to the site, you could see 3D Max had kind of positioned out of B to be more prepared for an A hit. And maybe now comes the faster timing towards the B site. Finally, it's been a long time since we saw a B hit. They were very successful early in this half. Gravity with some spray down. They're going to give up the site. This is actually very intelligent. Playing the retake is pretty effective with the util and rifles. Falling caught in water. There's not much left now for the FURIA side.
Loads of util streaming in from 3D Max, however. Yuri in a 1 versus 4. Desperate times. Just the one frag. They got the bomb plant, and that is a happy man right there. They know they are doing super well. 3D Max on a tear. Edged past FURIA on their pick of Dust 2. And running away with this game of overpass at present, it must be said. They are running away with this series as well.
Yeah, 9-2. Could be 10-2. That would be absolutely shocking. FURIA going back to what was perhaps working towards B, maybe more so this round. Now that they have weapons. They were getting the entries on the site really, really well earlier. So maybe with the AKs, they can make it happen again. Indar trying to lurk around the playgrounds. He could get a good timing if he gets some good luck on his side too. They're really deep still. CTs.
Minutes on the clock. Keisarato making his way into the bomb site. A calculated risk. Fallen starts to rotate the bomb in now as the grenades continue to stream in. Oh, he's eaten the flash. Keisarato deleted by Gravity. Bomb site cut in half by the smoke. CT still defending. Hiding by the barrels is Ecstasies. 40 seconds now. High urgency. Yakinda trading. It's a second frag for him. Masuta will be dropped. A last round for FURIA at halftime, and they've got much work to do if they want to sniff at a deciding map.
We are back here on Overpass with 3D Max versus FURIA. And what a stunning, blinding start that we see 3D Max is having. Can they close this against FURIA in 2? About to find out as we kick things off with a quick monster rush coming in from the French. Exorcise, first man to go down. In fact, everybody's going down.
Yeah, FURIA saying shut it down with this push. Gravity needs to isolate fights. He will, but he won't win the duel. An angry FURIA in the second half pistol. How much does this change the trajectory of this game of Overpass then? Because there has been so much for these boys to do. Well, there is so much for these boys to do after the calamity of that first half. Now, let's see if they can do it. Comeback trail will be long for FURIA, or it'll feel long. Maybe it'll be quick. We'll see. No bomb plants means no force buy for the French side. Eating utility damage as Yukindar hears many legs in the playground. Got support for his M4A4 with the MP9 of Molodoi. Right man for the job of the SMG. Extra money heading towards an undoubted AWP.
Yes, the anger, the fury. We'll see if that energy is going to persist on the server for FURIA. I'm curious, what the CT side is going to look like. We didn't really get to see much of it the other day because they won so quickly with a crazy strong T side. But it's also worth noting this is the first pistol they've won of all of the pistols so far in this series. They've lost the 3 preceding pistols.
Great start from Molodoi. Ratos here for support as well. Not only him, others to run distraction at the same time. But the teams are fighting back. 3D Max not done with this one yet. Molodoi trying to stay alive. He has to smoke up there eventually. We'll see if they can deal with him. His teammates will be dropped in the meantime. That leaves Yukindar getting tagged. I think they've heard it. He's found one in the smoke, but they will return fire. So violent. But you can see the stress for both squads. Someone 3D Max is smiling. Someone like, whew, glad we won that one. They just want this to be over. Focusing until the job is done. But can they? On Overpass, no less. Versus FURIA, no less.
Yeah, starting to look a little bit scary here for FURIA now. 10-5 for 3D Max, as now they're on the better end of the economy. But AWP is in play for Molodoi, and you can certainly do a lot with an AWP here. In fact, I mean, Fallen's famous, I think, for when Overpass came in like 2015, 2016, whenever it was. He dominated with the AWP on this map. Perhaps he's passed down the wisdom to Molodoi, one would imagine so. And it is a run from 3D Max. They're going to try to evade the entire setup and just get straight onto the A site. And this is not dissimilar to some of the plays we also saw from FURIA on their T side.
I think Molodoi's heard something. Look at the rotation. Yukindar and Fallen. He must have been close enough. Flashed, but he will still deliver. I love how he jump peeks even though he's completely blind. Just the automatic movements there. 4-on-4. This would be such a big round win for FURIA. But this is one that 3D Max cannot let go of. 3 of the 4 are here now for FURIA as smokes are still being deployed over towards B. AKs need to cut these numbers down. They have done so, but there's still more to do. Don't expect much though from the remainder. Fallen trying to gamble and find the right time to jump through the smoke. But this will not be an episode of Airwolf. Yukindar can only do so much. 1v3 with the Deagle. The series is slipping away from FURIA.
Ooh, very, very good round from 3D Max again. I mean, getting on top of the A site so quickly. You can see that was a good way to shut down Molodoi and the potential danger that he had in that round as the AWP player. And this has overall been, I think, a hard series for Molodoi to get into. On Dust 2, we saw a lot of impact, but it is all about 3D Max right now. And looks like there's no one home on the B site. All of FURIA walking through the door position now, or into the squeaky door position. Connector. Okay, there's everybody. information for 3D Max.
Really urgent spray there from Maka, trying to steal the weapon away. Kindar will hold on to that with all his might. Looking good for 12. This is surely insurmountable. I mean, we've seen many heroic comeback in name, not the team. This is surely an insurmountable scenario. Furia has thrown his pistol away. And now he's dead. I think he's looking to jump over someone's head and try and knife them. Oh, then. 7 match points for 3D Max. 7 opportunities to 2-0 Furia.
Well, they are one step closer, 3D Max, to having an incredible win here against Furia. I mean, again, this would put Furia into the 0-2 part of the Swiss bracket. Which kind of sucks for anyone else who's 0-2. Get up against them next. Could be over right here. 3D Max. Oh, they're going to lose 2 players instantaneously at the start of the round. 5 versus 3 here now for the French as they look to close down on this B site. But there is a defense here.
They have a lot of work to do. Inquisitive spray from Keiserato. Fallen trying to be that difference maker. Will he be able to escape? Round the corner in time. Pre-5 from Maka. Can't get there fast enough. 3-on-3. Still gunning for Fallen. You'll see 2 of the 3. That's info at least. Surely Yuri's got to commit to the B-bomb site with Keiserato now.
Seconds to go. Trying to ice out the Furia side. Keiserato has to deliver. With the jiggling ends. 30 seconds now, so that the CT side know that they have to be making a move somewhere. But again, Keiserato is alone here. First kill. Where's the trade fragger? There's got to be someone. Keiserato expectantly looking, and he's going to find it. Beautiful work there from him. 20 seconds for Lucky. Oh, but it's all on Keiserato, and he gives his team everything they need.
Oh, there's the first test. There's a few to come. Such a great start as well. A 5-on-3 very, very quickly. How did this one slip away? They'll have the rifles once more. Plenty of AKs, plenty of util. No warp to contend with on the other side. Great angles through that wood for the tunnels and connector. Bomb is left in T-spawn. All the way back in T-spawn.
This is very far away, I gotta say.
I love that combo. There's a molly on the side of Monster, and if there is a CT there, there's a teammate to spray as they exit the fire. Just random spray you're seeing there. Minutes on the clock. Lucky collecting the bomb. 3D Max spread out across the map.
Yeah, clearing divider, but at the same time, the CT is also clearing this position. Ikindar taking the lead. Can't see anything, and now, of course, Furia are expecting it to be B. At the same time, Masuta's walking into the A site through long. Yakindar with this trigger discipline here of seeing how many he can find from this. He just has to wait until they start moving. And there we go. The first one. Trade is being sought. Exorcist starting to make his way forwards. Into Keiserato's crosshair. Finally, they deal with Keserato. 2 versus 3 here now. 1 versus 3. Maka, he has no time for this. He's going to have to give it up.
It's a great read from FURIA with the toilet presence. They hear the smoke on A, but there aren't any bodies around the toilets, so they know that the play is going to be B. And the capitulation begins. They had 7 chances, now they've got 5. Things are escalating quickly. And these are the nades I was talking about. So first there's a HG. There was no one there, but then the molly as well. And then a teammate to spray through the smoke. Idea is awesome. Often see that on cash when it comes back as well. For now, the focus is overpass. Where has the success gone for 3D Max? Where has the momentum gone? You've taken them to the limit. Now it's time to go one beyond. Might be hard on this particular round though, as surely the money is starting to run out. Although the chaos of an insufficient buy can be enough sometimes to catch your opponent by surprise. You've got to play to win. Don't play to not lose.
Do whatever I want.
You can do whatever you want, Dan. Absolutely.
Nice. Yeah, this is a tricky situation for sure for FURIA. There are, I mean, the other teams in the O2 right now. You got FaZe, you got Monty, and you've got Heroic. So it's not a fun place to be. But that's where they're headed right now, into the O2 bucket. No one wants to be in the bucket.
Trying to think if I've ever been in a bucket. I don't think I have. Needs to be a big bucket though. So tech pause before we resume. Time to reflect. These situations are interesting if you have an extended pause, because you can just reflect on all the rounds, all the habits that you've seen. Maybe pick up on something or find a new idea. Something to make the difference when we go back into the match. A tough series for FURIA. Not the one they were expecting. And again, they could have won Dust 2 as well. Very, very much so. Perhaps the landscape on Overpass would have been different. However, that is in the past.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was really down to the wire. I'm assuming we're going to get more viewers who weren't here for the first map. It was awesome. It was great. We saw wonderful things from both teams. We saw overtime. And now here we are. 3D Max with the keys to victory. But they've been taken away one by one by FURIA.
Yeah, isn't it the case also that FURIA, if they do qualify through the stage, that Fallen has to, the coach has to stand in for Fallen?
Yeah.
A bit of extra detail there. See if he can get his team that far in the first place, because it's going to be very, very tough. But we're back into the action here on Overpass. 3D Max with a pretty terrible situation. Mac is on the hero AK. So he is the man to watch initially, at least, for the 3D Max side, as his teammates will throw the bodies at the CTs so that he can trade. And the CTs are getting active here.
They don't want this economy getting out of control. That's painful one for Gravity. No one to find by the barrels. Molodoy is behind enemy lines already, as FURIA know exactly what the plan is here for 3D Max. And this will continue to be a problem. If this persists in this half, then we may be in for a long ride on Overpass. But does he wait for them to line up? Oh, this is going to be a nice one for Molodoy. Bomb collected. All the warnings. I mean, this is a warning. This is like a nothing round for 3D Max, right? This is a warning for them. The liberties that FURIA are taking in a round such as this, they must be conscious of in their future buy rounds. But they can't allow that to cripple them and their intentions either. They need to find a way to balance these things out. A perfect round for FURIA. No losses, just money.
And the money almost doesn't matter at this point. 3D Max just need one more round, so with the loss bonus building up, they're going to have, and if they get any bomb plants, they should be in a position to kind of just continue buying now for the rest of this half. Try to get that one round they need to take it over the line. So here we go, back into another buy round for the most part. Maka on the Tech 9, unfortunately for him. Sucks to be you. Passive approach for opening from FURIA on their CT side. Indar
Keep them
smoked off.
guessing. Keep them scared.
Yeah, 3D Max have good, like decent control now, working on bathrooms. Clearance, Kindar, how many can he get if he's, able to find anybody? It's a little awkward. Spray comes through and it's a trade. It's good news for 3D Max. One more the way posted.
Long spray. Yuri getting the better of it. More players 3D Max lose, the less likely they are to plant the bomb. This could be a big flashpoint though. Does Exorcist check the hard right? I need to be far from the angle to have a chance, and he is. The timing's working out for him. That's a really important frag. Fallen still on the B bomb site. There is a window for them to take this now. They don't have utility though. They've got one molly, which Lucky will throw. But there's no smokes once this one goes, and Molloy is just waiting, salivating at a chance. Drops some more players. 20 seconds to get that bomb planted, but we've got stereo frags coming through. This might be it for 3D Max. It's down to the Tasman. Fallen versus 3 to keep his team in the fight. His silencer may betray his position as well. Clearing the angles. That's one down. He's got a kit. But where are the other two? Can he find them? 9 bullets in the magazine, and Lucky will complete the job. 3D Max 2-0 Fallen and the crew of FURIA on Dust 2 and Overpass.
Very strong result. Very strong result indeed. I think, for me, not an expected one. The overpass strength from FURIA, we saw that yesterday. Definitely something that is pretty powerful, but they just couldn't really get going against 3D Max. Again, big credit to Masuta. He put forward some crazy rounds in the first 5 or 6 rounds that really, I think, put 3D Max in a very dominant position going into their first half momentum. And then they just managed to continue that. Good reads on FURIA, and throughout, just besting them in a lot of these important aim battles. So just bringing a level to this series that they needed to get the victory and to prevent themselves being the 0-2